everybody. Um, what you'll be seeing right now is a bunch of wooden railway items, or maybe not a bunch, but you're seeing a handful of wooden railway items right in front of you. Um, Not too long ago, I made a video where I unboxed and looked at the Thomas and Friends wooden mountain tunnel, which I got from a local seller. It was back then the only Thomas and Friends wooden railway item I had in my collection, and because of that, I said I was going to be probably selling it away because, as far as I was concerned, it was a very cool item, but it only had display value. But then I found a lot of great local deals, I found a lot of great local deals for Thomas items, but then I stumbled upon this great local deal for a bunch of wooden railway items that were essentially being sold at what would be the American equivalent of $7-8 or so. So it's gonna be very cheap, but there were like a ton of items, and every wooden railway item that I'll be seeing that I will probably show in this video, and other items, because there are a lot of wooden railway items, so I probably won't be able to show all of them, would have been from that haul. And so essentially I got a lot of wooden railway items. So yeah, I think I'm now sort of on the path to starting a wooden railway collection, making, this is going to be an interesting adventure for sure, but you don't know what's going to pop up in these local sellers. Some crazy stuff can be sold for very affordable prices, and that's just amazing. Here in front of you, you can see D199 Mike, early learning curve items. This Henry did not come with a tender, so it was a shame. But the interesting thing is, it's a Tomy Henry, and it's for display only. So this wouldn't have been sold regularly. It's all in very bad condition. I found the main characters to be in the worst condition, but it's probably because they're the main characters. I think the kid who played with this right before had a fun time, and these guys probably got damaged a lot along the way. That's what I think. This James is also a Tomy James with that horrendous face for display only. Yeah, with that is very cool. Because these were in bad condition, I started repainting some of them, which is what I do. Here's Thomas. Also the horrendous Tomy face, or maybe you can like this face, but I really didn't like the Tomy era wooden railway faces back in the day, even though I really wasn't collecting wooden railway back in the day. For display only. And there was Gordon, who I also repainted. Have to line him and add details, but this guy was also for display only. This person also had just some regular stuff like this Percy, just a regular learning curve Percy. But it's kind of interesting. This person had Thomas, Gordon, Henry, and James, so the main characters in these non-regularly sold at retailers Tomy versions, but then all the other stuff are just regular learning curve items, and some of these are very old and obscure learning curve items, like D199 Mike. This is kind of crazy in my opinion. This is, for those who've noticed it, the third car of the Sodor Railway repair, excuse me. A very obscure niche item, you can say. It's kind of odd. The Sodor Railway Repair's first two cars were not included as part of this bundle, but this thing was, which is interesting. One of the most interesting things about it is that I'm pretty sure that thing was not released in Korea, which is where I live. So I don't know how the person has gotten hold of that specific ballast car. But yeah. As for the learning curve items and the Tomy items, Thomas Wooden Railway has not come into Korea ever since Day of the Deals. The Wooden Railway line hasn't been imported much since then, so it makes sense that these Tomy characters are rolling around with learning curve stock, because I remember going to Toys R Us at like 2015, and back then, if you go into the aisle which is selling Thomas Wooden Railway, if they sold Thomas Wooden Railway, because Thomas Wooden Railway was pretty much fading out, and at stores at that point you would see the old learning curve stuff and the Day of the Diesel stuff, like Paxton, Norman Sidney, and Bertram, Smudger, Proteus. So I don't think it would have been too hard for whoever the person was collecting this back in the day to get stuff like D199 and Mike, because our shelves, items hit our shelves much later than those in other countries. I also got learning curve items like Neville. Yeah, nothing special, but it's nice to get Neville. I also got a lot non-Wooden Railway items. I got 2 Tomy Playrail Winstons, or I think they're Tomy Playrail Winstons because it's a Tomy and they're made in Thailand, so they must be Playrails, right? I don't know why there are 2 of them or why they're different. One guy has the windows and this back beige thing, these 2 stickers. This one does not have any of the stickers, and they also have different modes for the insides, which is interesting, but there are 2 of them. I've also got some take-along stuff, like my very first Fisher-Price Thomas, which is interesting. I had a lot of take-along Thomases before, but this is my first Fisher-Price version from Take and Play. It has these Take and Play wheels. I like the face, but it's in pretty terrible condition. I would have liked it if it was in good condition, because I would have liked to just keep it as it is, but I think I can keep this one as it is. This is a take-along Thomas with the working light, and it works. It was also in a lot, and it was great. I have this mic, a take-along mic, not a Wooden Railway mic. Unlike this mic, this one did not come with a tender, which is a shame. I think I'll have to rehash one of my tenders from, because I now have a lot of duplicates of Edward, Gordon, Henry, and James, so maybe I'll take one of their tenders. I've started making customs. I've gotten a lot of Annie and Clarabelles, so I've been making more coaches for the take-along engines. I've also made this custom Black James. I also made an LBSCR Thomas, and I got this. One Adventures item was in this gigantic Wooden Railway bundle, and it was this. This is the Adventures Ben, which is very interesting, because apparently Adventures Ben is far rarer than Adventures Bill, which I don't know why, but that's how it is. And this is the one Adventures item that I currently have in my collection. It was the one Adventures item that was included in the lot that I purchased. So I have no idea, but it's cool. Adventures Ben, especially since this guy is pretty rare, as far as I'm concerned. So a cool thing to add to my collection. Should I sell it? I have no idea. I mean, that was my mentality back when I started getting these things, but now I have sort of a new perspective, because not so long ago I thought, well, I'm gonna sell away that mountain tunnel. I'm never gonna make a Wooden Railway collection. Now I have a decent amount of items. Like, I don't have a lot of items, but I think I have like 20 of these, and I also have a handful of track. Like, I can make a figure 8, and more than that. Like, I can make more than a figure 8, but so yeah, you never know what's gonna happen, and sometimes you find just some crazy deals from these local sellers. You never know. Yeah. I just wanted to post this video to show the status quo of what's happening. I made a collection video, and then I made a video about Mountain Tunnel, where I said that I basically had no Wooden Railway stuff, and I was mainly into take-alongs and taking plays. That is still the case, but now I have Wooden Railway items. Because of that, I was into posting the Mountain Tunnel set, but I've currently not posted it, and currently I'm postponing it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to sell it now, because I've now got a decent amount of stuff. There was a comment on the video which said it might be worth it to collect it just for the thing. I thought about it, and yeah, for the time being, I don't think I'm going to be selling the Mountain Tunnel for the moment. It's very interesting. These Wooden Railway models are very nice, even though, Wooden Railway it's a brand that has limitations, you know, wheel configurations, the amount of detail they can cramp in, but they have a lot of nostalgic value, which I'm sure a lot of people who are interested in the Wooden Railway line are, you know, well acquainted with. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I started filming videos for, I think it has been a bit less than a month at this point. The collection video in particular, as well as the other videos, have done pretty well in my personal opinion. Like, yeah, I posted a video just showing off a bunch of take-along trains, you know, that I painted on because they were too scratched up, and I thought I had to paint these things just to make them look better. And then I posted a video showing a bunch of those, and it did really well. And since then, I posted a few more videos. Overall, the channel, I mean, there are far more popular and much more entertaining, much more better YouTubers out there, but I also am appreciating the attention that has been garnered here in this channel. So for those viewers, I really thank you. And if you're watching this video as well, I also thank you. And for that, thank you for watching. If there's a next time, see you next time.